Everybody, welcome. All right, they're talking about blood sugar. Blood sugar is so big. A person with bad blood sugar can have, you can have, I'm gonna say physical and brain, but the brain is physical. But you get it. You can have some of the worst physical conditions as well as brain. People just talk about them like they're separately. Too high sugar people can pass these conditions to an unborn baby, and the baby's born with body and brain issues from the beginning. If we just understood a little better, so they might not say all of that, but it's true. They're just trying to help people understand how to control their blood sugar based on wherever a person's problem might be. It's important. You see the people. This was from a live Zoom. This was moving. I don't think it'll move on here, but you see the comments from the people. You see that they're helping people just from the information, whether you use a supplement or not. It's an information resource.
Always be healthier, always maximize my or optimize my health. I'm not going to be eating any less when doing this, and you actually track your food. Like I'm eating the same amount, but I can tell it makes a difference. So you've got to focus on using these as tools to help you do that. Um, okay, anything else with the eating order?
Well, you're about to talk about how you work these in together,
Yes.
right?
Yep. Well, I mean, so I said 30, 60 minutes prior to eating. Do you want to talk about a little bit what's in lean? Like why?
Well, of course. I mean, it's just like the anticipation of food, right? Like your body starts to release, enzymes and things. The body, as mood wise, the hormones shift to get ready for digestion. And so, if you actually were to put lean in or a GLP-1 activator and some of these other beneficial compounds in there, enzymes and such, it will be a perfectly primed environment for when you do consume the food. And you're not going to get a spike in sugar from taking the supplement, right?
Right.
The supplement will not spike you. So taking that to 30 to 60 minutes before anticipated food offers a tremendous amount of benefit, like you said, in the blood sugar curve.
Right.
That's where you would likely see the most benefit.
Right. I mean, and you have like ingredients like glucomannan in there.
Oh, yeah. The fiber expands 100 times the weight of its weight in water. That's why it's important to stay hydrated if you're using lean. Again, another benefit of water, but like truly, drinking water to curb some of the appetite as well. But the glucomannan, there's the fiber, there's digestive enzymes, there's the GLP-1 activators like the New Zealand hops extract that's in lean. Just a tremendous amount. Like I said, I keep saying it, it's just good beneficial ingredients.
Right, 100%. And you could also, I know there are some, because you guys have emailed me your routines, that do take a scoop of the fiber prior to each meal. If your stomach can handle, if your gut can handle that, that's wonderful, because that's really going to, prevent the blood sugar spike.
Yep.
But also, you can even like divide it up if it's too much fiber for you, depending on how you eat. You can also split it up. But again, it's about playing around with like what works for you. And also just putting these guys, in your shake, adding the fiber to your shake. So making sure that it's going to slow the blood sugar response. Because when you eat something, it's not an immediate blood sugar. It's not an immediate blood sugar response. Your body takes a little bit of time to register, what's going on. And the more time it takes to go like this, the better. So if you're going quickly like this, again, we don't want that. What does that say? Oh, sorry, 10%.
Oh.
We're good. Okay, next one is chewing versus drinking your calories. And I have seen this personally because I usually always start my day with a protein shake. And I put all of our stuff in it, right? I have the fiber, I have the greens, lots of stuff. But what I noticed is little simple things and I'm not going to change. I love my protein shake as my first meal of the day. I absolutely love it. But I've had to make a couple simple tweaks because it was actually spiking me. Not outside of my range, but again, it went to a spike instead of our rolling hill. So I actually had to take out my blueberries because the fact that it's a liquid
Format.
Thank you, liquid format. And my body doesn't have to break it down, so it's going to have a quicker absorption and effect on my blood sugar response. So just adding in those blueberries, even though they're wonderful and healthy, adding them into the shake was actually making it spike. So I needed to take those out, and I put in a tablespoon of MCT oil because currently I actually don't have any fat added to my protein shake. Now, if you use like a whole milk or a whole yogurt or an avocado or half avocado, quarter avocado, that's all great too. Me personally, I realized I didn't have any fat into my shake, and so doing those two things had a dramatic effect. and I just know I'll get my blueberries in, another
another
part of the day.
sure.
It was just how my body responds to my first meal of the day and it being liquid.
Right.
So,
That makes sense though, right? Because the
Yeah.
mastication process of chewing, right? When you're breaking food down, the enzymes are working. It's going into the stomach where it still has to be, broken down further before it can even get into the small intestine and start to absorb, right? So there's a different phases, depending on the bite size and the amount of chewing and the time it takes. When you take a liquid smoothie, you just ground everything up in the blender, right? Made it far more soluble. All of it goes down basically very smoothly, very quickly, absorbs readily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could even use one of the protein powders simply in water and use that before your meal to get that extra protein in to slow the response of your meal. Because a lot of times I've heard you guys loud and clear say it's hard to get the protein in. It's hard to eat, 6 ounces of meat and this at your meal. Well, you can easily do a protein shake or just mixed in water, keep it simple, prior to each meal.
Yeah.
So
Are we offering suggestions on what to do though? Because we're not telling people to stop taking their protein shakes, right?
no, that's what I just said. It is
add-
100%
you can add
my
MCT
first meal of
oil.
the day. It's going to stay that way.
You can add the oil, right?
Or a healthy fat, but those healthy fats are coming from, again, avocado oil. You can even do olive oil. Olive oil is so good for you.
Yep.
Nut butter,
Right.
But I said also if you do a whole milk because you have the fat in there, so incorporate a fat.
Take the lean
Take lean and
Yep.
make sure you have your fiber in there.
and fiber. Yep.
Make sure you have it in there. It's super, super important. And if you put fruit in there, just if this is your
Small
first
portion.
if this is your first meal of the day,
Yep.
because I think that's more dramatic, just watch the fruit, right? So personally for me, I pulled out the blueberries and I will have them later in the day. But my breakfast is not changing. I like my routine and I love drinking my protein shake. And I like that I can get all the powders in, like
Yeah.
collagen.
It's great.
My second dose of creatine, it all goes in there. Okay, so even collagen. Collagen can help slow the absorption. So don't forget about that one. Another one, and you've heard us, we've talked about this, movement after eating, right?
Sure.
We talk about whatever it is, whether you want to move around, dance in your kitchen, or if you want to go for a mile walk or do air squats. I mean, whatever it is, this has had such a dramatic effect. And I've seen it too because a lot of times I'm eating on the go. If I'm taking my kids here, like I'm eating dinner sitting in my car. And I'll notice even if the same meal, if I'm just still sitting in my car after I'm done and I don't do anything and then my daughter gets in the car and then I'm taking her home, I'm not moving. It's not like a crazy spike if my meal is nice and balanced, but it goes up higher than it would if I eat it and then move right after. So, and it's a great thing to do. We've always said as like families, after dinner, get up and walk. If you're at the office, grab your buddy on the desk next to you and just go for a walk. I mean, it's...
How long after post-prandial, right? After food, how long after food do you see your blood sugar spike? Is it 15 minutes later?
Somewhere between, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. So you want to, but let's talk about why this happens too, because I don't even know if I have a note to talk about this. I don't think I do, but muscle.
Yeah.
Muscle plays a very big role in how your body responds or how your blood sugar responds. So the contraction of the muscle helps remove the glucose from the bloodstream.
Yeah, it's way more metabolically active tissue.
Yes. So more muscle helps and movement helps.
Right.
So you eat dinner, you move, you go on a walk. Say you're not going to, it was funny. I'm just going to give another example.